Yeah, I'm proud of our team, and I thought they tried hard. We prepared really well. They had great attention. They're excited about coming and playing. Obviously, we were a little disjointed. You could see it the first 10 minutes of the game. Not very good flow offensively. We just went small. We kind of a lineup we've never played all year long, and just kind of started playing downhill. And I was really impressed with Matthew Morrell. He kind of got started as a freshman, rebound the ball, 7 rebounds, did a good job there. We just turned the ball over way too much. 21 turnovers, 11 assists, up 10 at the half, and then we just never got in any kind of flow. And give the big fella, the freshman, credit. I mean, he just kind of dominated the game for 40 minutes.
Questions for Coach?
Ben, go ahead.
Kermit down to 8 guys. You finally got to get an extended look at Matthew and Sammy and other guys like that for a full game. What did you learn about those guys and what they mean for next year's team?
Yeah, I know Sammy had 7 rebounds. I mean, Matt had about 9 and 7. Thought Matt guarded well. Thought he really had some good spots in the first half. Thought he was physical, and both those guys are going to have bright futures. And so I thought they had some really good moments tonight.
Now that you've seen it too, when you look at the roster for next year, what do you need to get this spring for next year's team?
Yeah, we've got to add obviously a big, a 5-man. We need to add another forward, a really skilled forward that can play, and then just kind of the best available player that we can add. Obviously we think we've got a good point, in Deshaun, and we like the wings. The other 2 freshman wings are going to be good, and our skill level's got to improve. But yeah, we've got to add, 3 guys in the spring, and they've got to be, all SEC type players. And I think we've got some good pieces coming back, some good young pieces. We've got to player development over the summer.
Parrish, go ahead.
Kermit, what was allowing Tech to get the ball too lofted in advantage position so often?
Yeah, I mean, he got Romelo's had a great year, but he got position on him, and he always goes to his left hand, and we couldn't get him away from his left hand. And, he just did a really good job tonight. They did a good job of post entry. They spread us out, and we were supposed to get in some double teams, but he started catching it deep in the middle. And, and then he even drove it by us. And so, yeah, it would just, we emphasize for a couple of days trying to guard him early and just didn't do a very good job of it.
Ben, go ahead.
Kermit, you mentioned it already, but you went small, and there were times in the game that y'all really were running and going faster. Offensively, is that something you like to incorporate into the offense a little bit more next year?
Yeah, no question. I mean, we tried as soon as we kind of went bigger in the second half, with Robert Amello or Sammy Mello, we didn't play as fast. And so, yeah, we've got to get, I thought there's some really good opportunities early in that. Late in the first half. We tried to go back small in the second half. We couldn't get stops. And what happened in the first half, we got stops and we got on transition, and we're kind of playing against their press a lot, in the second half. And so, we shot 8 for 26 in the second half and didn't do a very good job of moving the ball.
Any more questions for Coach?
I'll jump in. Kermit, did you think that your players responded the way you thought they would to the fatigue of playing shorthanded?
Yeah, I did, Nick. I thought they competed hard. I really did. We had a lot of different lineups in at times, and Jarkel played most of the point. Austin played some. Matt did, and but I did. I thought they competed hard. And they did. And they, like I said, they've been a good group to coach. I got to say this. Just thank you to the medical people. It really is, and I know you hear people say it, but from Keith and Shannon Singletary, Dr. Crowder, and Andrew Bikey, those guys did a wonderful job. Our players handled the COVID so maturely, even went through a pause, and they really did. And I think everybody needs a little time away from basketball, and I'm proud of them, what they did. There was a point that somebody would have said you'd be number 1 seed in the NIT, you probably would have thought everybody was crazy. It's not the tournament we want to be in, and we're going to work every second of every day to improve it, to try to be an NCAA tournament team next year and put a team out there that can win games. And it was just one of those things at the end. We just played with some lineups we weren't used to, and but give.
Parrish, go ahead.
Yeah, Kermit, when we talked Wednesday, or I guess Wednesday, you were hopeful, or you thought it was possible that Devontae would be available. What happened there in the translation after that just made him unavailable? Was it a COVID thing, or did he just need to stay longer with his mother, or what?
Yeah, well, we were hopeful to maybe try to fly him in on today, but you couldn't do it for the COVID protocol, and he's with his mom, and so and his mother really wants Devontae to be with her during this time, and so he did the right thing with his mother, and so. But even if he could have flown in today, he couldn't have met the COVID protocol.
Thanks.
Any more questions for Coach?
Tyler, go ahead.
Coach, was there anything you learned throughout this season, this COVID season, that'll help the team next year or change any of your philosophies?
Hope COVID is gone next season. I sure hope, that we're not going through all the protocols, and it looks like that's going to be the case. And that's going to be good to get life back to normal, get these guys getting life back to being a normal college student and enjoying Ole Miss. And I think the emotional thing of that throughout college athletics. And so we hope that happens. And we've got some pieces that we're glad to have back. We've added 3 guys. We got to go do a good job in the spring to add to our team. And we're half a game out of getting a double bye in the SEC this year, 2 postseasons in 3 years. And, so we got to keep going, keep building, keep working, and we're going to do that.
Any other questions for Coach? Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Kermit.